Well, welcome back, everybody. Today I'm going to do a redstone tutorial on a small module that can be plugged into a lot of different redstone creations. This is something I found done by Mumbo Jumbo just today. I just found it today. He's done it. It was a while ago. It was an old video, but I was watching through some of his old stuff. I think it was his Too Small series, where he takes simple concepts and makes them way more complicated than they need to be. And this was a part of one of his machines. It was an item retrieval, sorting and retrieval machine that he put together that was, as with the rest of the series, was very, very complicated. But this was a module I pulled out of it that you can plug into lots of things, and it's got a lot of potential. So let's take a look at it. All right. So the whole concept is based on this little arrow here in the item frame. As you right click on item frames, you can spin the item around and it points different directions. But what somebody discovered, I don't know if it was him or someone else, is that it puts out a different level of redstone signal. So you can actually use it to put out a signal to a different place based on what direction it's pointing. Now this is what he used it to point to items he wanted to retrieve out of a storage system. But like I say, you can do that, or you can also do other things like, say, open doors in a maze in a certain order. You can do all sorts of things, just whatever you need where you're routing a signal one direction or another. So let's take a look at it in depth. There are two circuits. This blue circuit down underneath and a red circuit on top. And each one plays a part in shutting off this line of torches here. Now you'll notice that there are actually a few bits missing from one end of each circuit here. This end of the blue circuit is missing a redstone torch and a repeater underneath, and this end is missing the wool and subsequent redstone torch, as well as the repeater there. It's because neither of those components actually do anything. They don't function, so I pulled it out to be as minimal as possible. So what happens? Well, let's turn the arrow up just a little bit so we can actually see it. So the redstone comparator takes a signal based on how this arrow is positioned, right? And it puts out a signal accordingly. So it travels along this blue section, and it also travels along this red section. Now they split and kind of go different ways. If you look, they're similar. They've both got two rows of wool with redstone. They've both got a row of repeaters and then a second row of wool, each with torches. So it's kind of the same thing, just offset slightly. Now since this is over just one section, what happens is the redstone gets the same distance, but because they're offset this one is actually behind. You notice there's one unlit here as the corner between these two lit. That's what makes this whole thing work. So let's follow the blue circuit. As each one of these lights up, it goes in and it powers the woolen block underneath, right? Let's actually turn the arrow up so we can see all the way to the end. So it powers this woolen block underneath, which in turn powers this redstone repeater underneath. Now that powers up the woolen block on the other side, which then turns off the redstone torch, that one right there that I'm pointing at. Turns that off and it inverts it so that this redstone torch can turn on, because that torch underneath turns it off by powering this wool block. So the red circuit takes the concept and shifts it over one, leaving this space empty. This circuit is actually to turn off the old lights, that torches that don't need to be on. Just this front one is on. So this takes it, and this redstone powers the wool underneath, which in turn powers this redstone repeater, which in turn powers this wool and turns off that torch. And so this lags one behind and turns off the old ones. Now you could, if you wanted to, you notice there's only one. You can cycle through and only one light will be on at any given time. Or you can actually pull out this row of redstone and make it cumulative, so that as you go, it turns on more and more and more and more. Either way, this is so versatile. You could use it in so many different things. So I like to explain how things work so that you can take them and you can tweak them based on what you need out of your item. This is a fantastic little module. Alright, well, let's take a look at how it's built. Well, this is all that you need. All these items. You got your frame that, or your basic stand where the arrow and item frame are going to go. Item frame, arrow, and then the 2 circuits, and then the final base platform where I had my redstone lamps. You can split those off and do other things. You can put in item dispensers. You could run redstone lines off to doors, trap doors, pistons, whatever you want. But this is what I used to show where the signal was going. And then for the actual redstone itself, you need 1 comparator, 15 redstone dust, 22 redstone repeaters, and 15 redstone torches. And then whatever components, like my redstone lamp, to be powered. Alright, let's get to building. Alright, so first build your little platform, put on your item frame, and then place your repeater right behind it. Alright, then you place 6, 7, 8 wool, or whatever material you're building from. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Another row of 8 right next to it. Okay? And then you put your redstone dust. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. All along both of those. Wait, no, not the second. Just the first line, sorry. My bad. Then you take your repeaters, stick those in between. And then you don't actually need this first one. Torches, same deal. You don't need this first one. Put those on the side of the second set. Alright? Then you take your red wool, and these do actually need to go all the way across, except for the last one. And then this second row has to go all the way across. Alright, and then your repeaters in between. And your torches on top. Now comes the part where you actually place on what you want to do with it. So, you have that. Go on top. This is how I set up mine. So you can see all the things. And then put your redstone repeaters right in there. Okay. Oh, oops, I missed the line of redstone here at the end. Around there. Okay. And that is your completed circuit. This is, guys, this is such an awesome little piece of redstone work. Whoa, that was a little bit of lag there. Awesome piece of redstone work. It's so useful. I'm going to be looking for different things to build it into. You can use it for a vanilla shop, trading items. You can use it for unleashing mobs on the world. You could use it for settings inside of a mini game. The possibilities are just endless. So, if you have any ways that you use this, actually go ahead and leave me a link in the comments below, or do a video response so I can see what you guys are doing with this. Alright, and don't forget, if you like this video, go ahead and leave me a like down below, comment, and subscribe if you're interested in getting the future stuff. I'm going to be putting out a few more redstone videos, hopefully sometime soon, based on the item sorting system that I did a while back. I actually neglected to do a little bit, and a follow-up to that video as well, using the redstone system for sorting items and turning that into a vanilla shop. 1 item per 1 item. So, hope to see you guys back and watching those videos, and we'll see you next time. Thanks. Bye.